Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I'm Andy Graham alongside Jim Hardy. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Got a lot to talk about today. Of course, it was a really big weekend for the Auburn Tigers in the transfer portal. Guys coming in, there is some other guys going out, two actually really big names that I would rather not see go, but nonetheless, that's just kind of the way things go. But a lot of very important pieces coming in. Of course, Auburn finds their quarterback in Jackson Arnold, a big-time offensive tackle, which they really, really needed, a running back, a punter. Dylan Wade announces he's going to come back on that offensive line, so that's another big piece. Some other pieces in the transfer portal we'll talk about. If you watch the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game, you got a really nice preview of Deuce Knight amongst a whole host of other Auburn defensive players that are coming in this class. So it was a pretty eye-opening performance by Deuce Knight. He was fantastic in that game, and that certainly is very good for Auburn in the future. The 2025 schedule came out last week toward the end of the week. Jim and I really hadn't had a chance to look at that. Auburn absolutely destroys Ohio State in Atlanta on the hardwood, 91-53. What a tremendous game that was. Just 3 games left in the out-of-conference schedule before SEC season begins. So there's just so much going on right now and a tremendous amount to talk about. But unfortunately, we are going to open the show today with the horrific news that Chet Williams, beloved chaplain to hundreds and hundreds of Auburn players of many different sports. I think probably everybody, in the Auburn community probably had met Chet at one time or another. Tragically, in a accident last night, ends up drowning in Lake Martin, which is basically where we're located here in Alexander City. But Chet Williams passes away last night. Again, just an incredible figure in Auburn athletics, going back to when Tommy Tuberville came in and got the job in 1999, and he appointed Chet as a chaplain. I'm not sure we'd even had anything like that at Auburn until Tommy got here. Maybe something, but he started a whole industry basically, and you've seen guys go elsewhere and be chaplains at other places, and just involved in the FCA heavily. And one of the most, we were talking before the show, Jim, and you were saying, I don't know of anybody that affected probably more Auburn players in a positive way than Chet Williams.
No, I got to know the man personally and spent a lot of time with him when I was there at the university. And I would just go on and say that instead of hundreds, probably thousands of athletes and people because of his life and what he's done. And I can't imagine another coach, because I'm going to call him a coach because you and I are both faithful guys and believe in the good Lord. And he coached a lot of people to where they need to be in their outcome in life, not just a football game, but he changed their life. And you're going to see and we were talking about it before the show, you're going to see when they get his arrangements put together, he's not going to be something they're going to have a normal funeral for in a church. I bet you it's in the Coliseum or somewhere to hold the massive amount of people you're going to see. Because I've never, I mean, when I was there, he was always up and upbeat and trying to influence people. When I would go back and go to practice, I literally was telling Andy he was one of the first ones, if not the second one, to come right up to you and say, hey, how are you doing? How's things going? You know, can anything I can do to help you out? He was just genuine to his core.
I had an opportunity years ago. I want to say maybe 10 years ago now. I can't even remember how long it's been, but they had an event here in Ellick City, held it at the Sportz. It was kind of a youth rally type thing, and he was a featured speaker, and they asked me to come, and I spoke briefly. I was kind of an opening act for him. That's why I told him. But got to know him a little bit that night, talked to him, and just, like you say, just an incredibly genuine, decent guy. I mean, just as Tommy Jackson said, I think I read this this morning, this is the kind of guy you'd name your kids after. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the kind of guy he was, and to be, like you said, to do it as long as he did it. And of course, I think during it seemed like it was around the national championship era, or maybe it was around right after the 2004. Of course, you get these hit pieces about, that he's making this, money, and, there's always negative stuff like that
sure.
that comes up, but to be as visible and to be as transparent as he was for over 20 years like that, yeah, in that same place. Well, I mean, he just you just don't find guys. You don't find enough people like that in the world today. And today it's a lesser world without Chet Williams in it.
There's no question. And for those 26 years, and I think I brought this up to you before the air, think about the coaches that Auburn has gone through at that university with football, basketball, baseball, all of it, especially football, because he spent a lot of his time with football. You're a new coach coming in there just like Freeze. You want to clean out the old staff. You want to get your guys in there and do your thing. And all of these coaches, one after another, saw enough in him that kept him. He was the one that was getting kept.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot about him.
That's true. Went through how many staffs since Tuberville, like you said.
Oh, yeah. Think of all the assistant coaches that have been fired.
Yeah.
And he's still sitting there.
Yeah. But the Auburn family all grieving today, certainly, as we say farewell to Chet Williams, no longer going to be the chaplain there at Auburn. And that's going to leave a big void. But I'm sure that somebody will fill that, and hopefully it'll be somebody that Chet had an impact on. And there's a lot of people out there that would probably fit that bill, but Chet Williams no longer.
We're fixing to get into it with some of the guys that are transferring in, transferring out, all that. But Hank Brown and I had a little relationship where we would talk and share time. He's come on the show a lot.
Right.
He's now at Iowa. And he was telling me just yesterday about the influence of a Chet Williams. Really? Like, amazing that man poured his time into each and every one of those players, and if you wanted extra time, he gave it to you.
Oh, yeah. Again, it just the people raved, the student athletes themselves. I can't tell you how many times, that you would hear in an interview or a written piece, or just that his name comes up and the impact that he had on their life.
Oh, wow.
And what a testament to him, and that's the epitaph that we would all like, that he had that kind of an impact and that kind of a positive impact on people's lives.
I challenge you to go get on Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever they want to call that face bag these days, and get on any of that and look at it flooded with the players and the coaches and the assistant coaches, and people are saying that's amazing thing that he did.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's changed so many lives. Like I said, I think it's more on the thousands than it is the hundreds.
I would probably agree with that. All right, well, there's no transition that I could make that would be appropriate from that, so we'll just leave it there. If you got any thoughts or any memories about Chet Williams, by all means, we'll take those today for sure. 256-234-6221. Give us a call. Let us know. We'll transition over and talk about some, important things, but trivial in comparison. But Jackson Arnold signs with Auburn, comes over from Oklahoma. Just initial thoughts, Jim, as Hugh Freeze has apparently found his quarterback.
I mean, I think it's a fit as far as his running style, his throwing style. He seems to throw well on the run, can compute things that well. I've heard a few people give him a little bit of grief on his deep ball, that he's not as accurate as they'd like to see him on that. I mean, his just whole skill set fits what he wants to do. And now, obviously, when we'll get into it in just a little bit, of this quarterback room has completely changed. I'm not so sure with him that he's the end of the road. I'm thinking maybe they're going out there after another 4 or 5 star guy and let the two guys fight it out. Have an actual quarterback competition.
Well, Auburn's got one quarterback in their quarterback room right now, and he's a walk-on.
That's correct.
As Walker White entered the portal over the weekend as well. So Holden Gardner, Hank Brown, and Walker White.
Yeah, who of all the people on their bingo card or betting book would have said this day after Auburn's season is over with, John Colvin?
I bet we're the only show that said John Colvin on.
John Colvin.
We have had him
has been on this show and talked to us about being the scout team quarterback, and he is the only man on the roster right now, the quarterback at Auburn.
Nobody would have thought that for sure. All right, we got to take our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. More of the Auburn Blitz on the way right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
Hammering down high prices at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. New full-size GMC Sierras discounted up to $12,000 off. GMC Terrains with a roomy cabin and pro safety discounted up to $7,250 off. Enjoy the holidays with no payments until springtime. Choose from 600 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Sensagreen Heating, Cooling, and Insulation for air that's fresh and clean. Call Sensagreen 334-487-3555. Russell Dewitt Center, they got 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Dewitt Center today. Still time to get that last Christmas gift for that loved one. They got a little bit of everything there, and certainly it is a man's paradise there.
Where's this at? Central Green?
Russell Dewitt Center.
Oh, Russell Dewitt Center.
Russell
yeah,
Dewitt Center.
you know, and you know, while you guys are out shopping at Russell Dewitt Center today too, we got another guy in here, Andy. It's his birthday.
Oh,
so if you want to stop and get Andy a gift from Russell Dewitt Center, he'd love to have some.
I accept cash. But hey, look, you know, Sensagreen's offering some great deals too. If you're looking for
Andy
them.
likes to be cool.
That's right.
On those hot nights.
I do, for sure. And finally, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Commercial or residential, no job's too big, no job's too small. Give them a call today for whatever your needs are, landscaping, again, construction, anything like that. All right, going back to Jackson Arnold coming over from Oklahoma. He you know, coming out, this is going to be said 1,000 times. He was a 5-star in high school. He was a 5-star in high school. That's true. Mm-hmm. Guess what that means now? Bubkus. Doesn't mean anything. Now, what did he do at Oklahoma? You said it. He did run an RPO system in high school. Mm-hmm. He is familiar with that system, ran it well. And we're talking about the highest levels of Texas high school football.
That's correct.
So that's big time, okay? He was proven to be a good quarterback in high school. Comes over to Oklahoma, did not go as well as it could have. We could say, you know, Oklahoma had to replace their entire offensive line. They didn't have a good offensive line last year. Mm-hmm. We could say that their receiving core was decimated with injuries. Didn't have hardly anybody to throw to. That sounds awfully familiar to what we said about Peyton Thorne too, doesn't it?
Well,
so now I'm not saying it's not true, but here's my thoughts on this. This is Hugh Freeze's coaching life.
There's
next year,
no doubt.
If he believes, I don't care who he goes out and gets. I don't care if he goes out and gets a 2-star quarterback that we've never even heard of. If it's the guy that he wants, if it's the guy that he believes that he can look at, and he's been coaching for a long time, and so have the guys around him, if they look at a guy and said, that's our guy that's the guy we can win with, then go get him and let's roll with it, because it's their job.
Right.
And if that's the guy they want, if that's the guy they feel like is the best fit, and then if that's Jackson Arnold, I'm on board.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the way I look at it. So, I mean, I could say, well, do I want this guy? Do I want that guy? It doesn't matter what I want. Who cares what I want? I want them to get the guy they want.
Well,
and apparently they did.
You want W's on Saturdays. No matter how you get them, I just want W's, and you want them. So that's why I go back to my theory that I'm telling you, too. I think you're going to see another Jackson Arnold show up in the profile, in that portal, that they're going to get two guys that are of good name and good quality and let them box it out. Because if you got a true competition, you're going to find a winner in that. And if one of them got hurt, you got a great backup to go with it. Because obviously that next drop is all the way down to what you hope to be a red-shirting freshman that's just going to sit there and watch y'all play this year. You don't want Deuce to have to be in the ball games with your coaching career, as you said, on the line. I mean, if you know you're going to get fired, because if you go another 5-7 or a 6-6 and you're going to get fired, I'm with you. I don't think you got Jackson. I don't think you're going to see him go out and get a 2-star. There's going to be another 4 to 5 stars show up in that mix, and he's going to let them duke it out.
Well, that was the prevailing wisdom coming out toward the end of the year, that Auburn was going to go in the portal and get 2 quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Now, who was that? Who would that other guy be? I don't know. Ashton Daniels is a guy that's a name that's been mentioned. That's the quarterback from Stanford. Mm-hmm. Now, again, people are saying Stanford was terrible last year. They were, but they didn't have anything either. Now, the kid ran for 841 yards. Mm-hmm. Now, that got mitigated because of sacks and net yardage. It was 669, but he ran for 841 yards. So if he can throw the ball at all, he is obviously a tremendous athlete.
He's more of a Nick Marshall type, you know.
Now, again, I didn't watch Stanford play a single game this year, I don't think.
Right.
But so I'd have to go back and watch it. But you know, that again, that's just a name that you will be might want to be familiar with. Ty says his friend predicts Auburn will be in the playoff next year. Again, I don't know. You know, I hope he's got good sources.
Well,
if he's predicting that.
I'm living in because of all the stuff we've been through in the last 2 years. I'm living in Missouri these days. You got to show me.
Me and you and Brad are moving to Missouri. Yeah, it's the show me state. Mm-hmm. Now, Auburn got another piece over the weekend that is in concert with the quarterback. This is a huge deal. Xavier Chaplin, 6'7", 323-pound offensive tackle from Virginia Tech. Now, you know, he played in the ACC, but look, playing tackle is playing tackle. Mm-hmm. Okay? Now, you'll see some pretty good defensive ends in the ACC, just like you see on a weekly basis in the SEC. But here's the big thing. Okay, in 2023, he gave up 5 sacks in 402 opportunities. In 2024, he gave up 2 sacks. 2 sacks, 0 quarterback hits, and 10 quarterback hurries on 300 opportunities. So in 702 opportunities, he gave up 7 sacks in 2 years.
I would say that solidifies.
I think that proves that the dude can play football.
Right.
So I think he's got 2 years of eligibility as well, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a huge piece. Auburn gets a running back as well. Darrell Robinson from UConn, a little bit of a bigger guy. He's not a burner, but he's more of a bruiser, 6'1", 210 pounds. He had over 700 yards rushing for the Huskies this past year, but 6.8 yards per carry. Mm-hmm. So not only did he have 700 yards, he was, he didn't get a lot of carries. during each and every game.
Well, now, and while we're on the carry subject, you know, obviously Jackson, that's one of his great things as carry, and he carried the ball a bunch against Alabama and beat them. With sitting out 2 ball games this year, I was looking it up before I came, with sitting out 2 ball games, he had 150-something carries. He almost had, Jarquez Hunter had 180 for the season. That means this quarterback has run as much as our running back did.
Yeah. We got to take a break. Love to hear from you, 256-234-6221. We'll be back with more right after this.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensi Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us, and thank you to Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some tremendous food in Auburn and Montgomery. They got some great Christmas specials coming up. Go to their website and check those out. It's a Steaks in Wine, just the letter N, steaksinwine.com. They got daily lunch specials as well. Go and check that out. Again, the food is absolutely tremendous. Wide variety of steaks and ribs, steak burgers, Kaneka burgers. They've got a wide variety of wines, if that's your deal. So just go and check them out. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. You will not be disappointed. They'll cater your Christmas dinner for you. Family of 4, family of 8. Again, you cannot beat the food. They'll cook it for you, prepare it for you. They'll do all the work. You just enjoy the meal and your family and the holiday for sure. Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Okay, Jim, Auburn side, not only a quarterback, not only a left tackle, not only a running back, but also a punter.
Very important piece.
Hudson Kaak, K-A-A-K, Hudson Kaak, 6'2", 215-pound punter from Oklahoma State. He's another Aussie. Mm-hmm. So originally from Australia. This is becoming the norm for punters in college football. I don't know what the deal is, but
they're used to that rugby-style kicking. Everybody's now – a lot of them, I say, shouldn't call it a pocket, but that's basically what it is for a punter. They roll outside and they do that soccer-style Aussie kick where they're doing the rugby ball.
And again, Dylan Wade announces he will return for his last year. You got Connor Lew at center. You got Dylan Wade at left guard. You got now Xavier Chapman at left tackle. The right side, haven't heard anything yet from Jeremiah Wright. But if he comes back, that would be that part solidified. I do believe Auburn needs to go out and get another, big-time tackle. There was a visitor from USC, I believe. The tackle visited. There's a couple of other guys, I think, on the offensive line. One from Josh Thompson from Northwestern. He visited. Let's see. In Arizona, guard Wendell Moe visited as well. Stanford offensive tackle Luke Baklenko, he has two years of eligibility left. He visited. North Carolina offensive tackle Howard Sampson visited as well. Auburn definitely needs a bookend on that right side. And then you let Tyler Johnson compete in there, and maybe he wins that job, maybe he doesn't. But you really need at least one more tackle, in my opinion, out of this transfer portal, and not just a Joe Schmo. You need a really, really good offensive tackle. So Laquan Robinson enters the portal along with Walker White. So that's, I think, 13 guys now that have and Amaris Williams. That was the one that I really did not want to see, but he apparently is expected to enter the portal. I'd be surprised if Auburn didn't at least make
an offer,
make a counter offer to see if he will stay, because that's one of those guys that was really dynamic coming out of high school. Auburn flipped him from Florida late in the process, and really, really, really big upside for him on the edge. Of course, now Auburn's got a lot of edge. You know, they got Joe Smith. They got Joe Williams, I think. They got is it Joe Williams? Is that right? That doesn't sound right.
That's not right. You talking about
from Booker T. Washington?
Yeah, gosh, I see his face.
Joe Phillips, maybe.
Phillips.
Yeah, Joe Phillips. I'm sorry. But you got, of course, Jared Smith coming in from who? From Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
You've got Malik. You got Keldrick Falk coming back. Keyron Crawford.
I think
so they're you know,
defensive line's looking pretty good.
They got some nice edge pieces for sure. But it would be nice. Hopefully Jamonta Waller comes back 100% healthy as well. But it would be really nice to get Amaris Williams back. Okay, Jim. The Auburn football schedule came out last week. Auburn opens with Baylor on the road, Ball State, South Alabama. Then you go to Oklahoma, to Texas A&M before you get a bye. So 3 out of the first 5 are on the road, as opposed to last year, you had, 5 straight home games.
That's right.
That's Baylor ended the year pretty impressive, and they're going to a bowl game. Then you go to Oklahoma, where Jackson Arnold came from, of course, and to Texas A&M, who was within 1 game of trying to play for the SEC title this year. That's a pretty tough opening stretch.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can look at that and look at the pieces that are there, but we all know we're comparable and should have beaten Oklahoma. Had an opportunity in the A&M game, even though we won, could have won both ways. So, I mean, I think both of those you got chances of winning those. The measuring stick for us is see how much we improved over the offseason is that Georgia game, to see if you're up to speed on their level of talent, you know, to be able to play with them at every position. But to me, it's a favorable schedule. I mean, I don't see it a gauntlet like some of these other teams like Oklahoma had this year and Florida and some of those. You've got some tough games in there, but it's not every week.
Yeah.
I mean, your SEC matchups, I mean, anytime you can look down and you got Kentucky and Vanderbilt on the schedule with you there, that's pretty good SEC opponents.
I would say so. Like you get Georgia at home, of course, and Missouri. At Arkansas, that's always that we've had some pretty good success.
We blew them out last year, so
that's a pretty good success there.
Yeah.
And Kentucky at home and at Vanderbilt. If you're going to go on the road, you certainly like to go to Vanderbilt. Hopefully, especially if it's a Diego Pavulus Vanderbilt. But to me, looking at it, you know, it's odd to say, but the biggest game on the schedule to me, Baylor.
Number 1.
If you lose that game, brother, it is downhill from there. But if you win that game, you're going to start 3-0, and you know, heading to Oklahoma for another big matchup with Oklahoma. But if you can't beat Baylor, then I mean, you think about how deflating that's going to be.
No, true.
So you go and win that game on the road. That'd be a nice win to start the season for sure. It's a dangerous game that early, but with a new quarterback, but we'll see what happens. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit allagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Give us a call, 256-234-6221. Steve says, after listening to you today, I understand more why AU got Arnold, but if I'm a hot high school QB, why would you go to Auburn to sit behind a transfer? Who's to know AU may keep bringing in transfer QBs? Well, every great quarterback at Auburn the last 20 years has been a transfer QB. Mm-hmm. So that's just kind of the way. But I think the way you got to look at it is like, okay, if Jackson Arnold is, if Jackson Arnold is a success at Auburn, he's only going to be there for 2 more years.
That's all he's got.
2 years old.
And he may only be there for one.
That's correct.
If he has a great year.
Right.
And that's what you hope.
Yeah.
If he doesn't, then he's probably not going to be there anyway. He'll probably transfer somewhere else. So.
Well, and in this world we live in now, where basically you might as well call it free agency.
Yeah.
That I don't know that you can ever count on somebody sticking around.
Yeah.
Because like a Deuce Knight, he's committed. He's there. He says, okay, I'm going to sit and be a red shirt. Just like Walker White. Walker White said the same thing. I'm going to sit. I'm going to be good. I'm going to do what y'all want to do. And then like that, he's gone out the door.
Yeah.
Now, does that mean, we get a new quarterback room every year? Possible. Because you're in a world now that if you want to, like going to get a new car, if you want a car, you go out and buy one.
Right.
So.
Well, anyway, we'll see what happens with that. But Deuce Knight, I think, is expecting to come in and I know, like you said, I think he's coming into the red shirt, and he knows that. And I think the team will be his after that. So, okay, basketball. The Tennessee Volunteers were number one again this week. So Auburn Tigers come in at number 2. Tennessee is undefeated. They went to Illinois, had a very close game. Were very lucky to come out, but they did, made a shot at the end of the game to win that one. So they are still undefeated. They are your number one team.
I found an interesting stat for you now that we're talking about basketball and being ranked up there. Since 2002, every national champion, every one of them since 2002, so 20 years, 22 years.
Okay.
As of last week, so we've been coming into this week, was ranked in the top 10 in week 6 of the college basketball poll.
Okay.
Every national champion.
Every national
for the
champion.
last 22 years. Yeah. Now, ain't that a crazy stat?
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you who those people are. Tennessee, Kansas, Kentucky, Auburn. You could realistically see any one of them winning the title. They got a good program.
Yeah.
Alabama, Duke that beat us.
Yeah.
Oregon, Purdue, Florida, Marquette, and Iowa State. I mean, there's a few in there that I wouldn't really put as a national contender.
Iowa State's definitely a national championship contender.
Yeah.
Duke's a national championship contender.
So, I mean.
Oregon beat Alabama, I think. So.
How do you feel on Florida's? I don't know that they're quite the national contender.
I don't know. I haven't watched them closely. I haven't watched much of their games, but they're ranked in the top 10 for a reason.
But that literally, that's an amazing stat for 22 years that last week's top 10 was the guys. Like, that's who's going to win the national title.
Right.
So that chances are good for us. We're in that list.
That's right. Do we need to take a break? I guess we do. We went over a little that last segment. Okay, we got one final segment coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit alagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us and being with us each and every day. Be sure to go and check out our YouTube page, or you can check us out on Facebook as well. Subscribe to those. We'd love for you to become a member there, and you get some updates about when we come on. Brett and Randy are doing a podcast every morning, so you'll get your maybe some early information there, and tune us in at your lunch hour as well. And we'll be doing some reaction shows from football games and probably some basketball games as well throughout the year. But we'd love to interact with you in any way we can. So go and check out all of our information, and be sure to check us out each and every day right here on the Auburn Blitz on your Spectrum cable dial, or you can find us on social media as well. Okay, Jim, it is December the 16th. 1972, the Miami Dolphins won their final regular season game, becoming the first undefeated NFL team at 14-0. Of course, they would go on to win 3 more games, winning the Super Bowl and becoming the only NFL team to ever go undefeated all the way through the Super Bowl.
That's pretty special.
Patriots came close. Got all the way to the Super Bowl undefeated, but unable to beat the New York Giants. How about that? On this day, 1973, the juice was loose. O.J. Simpson became the first NFL running back to rush for over 2,000 yards in a season.
He outrun the NFL, but not the Cops.
That's right. He didn't need a Bronco to do that for 2,000 yards. Happy birthday today, Ludwig von Beethoven.
Good night.
One of the great composers of all time. Great, if you like classical music, if you don't, you've heard Beethoven at some point in time or another. I'm not talking about the dog. Born on this day, 1944, Yosemite Sam. Created for the first time, appeared for the first time.
I never would have thought it'd
in
been
a
that
cartoon.
far back.
Yeah. Yosemite Sam, one of my favorite characters.
Oh, yeah, I love him.
How about Billy Gibbons?
Yeah.
From ZZ Top. Big beard, great guitar player. But William the Refrigerator Perry.
I used to love watching him line up in the backfield.
Yeah, one of the first kind of guys to ever do that. Did it in the NFL with the Chicago Bears.
And then their little dance they did winning the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Shuffle.
That's right.
Yeah, 1962. Amazingly, he's still alive, though. Refrigerator Perry. Billy Ripken, brother of Cal. And
now, isn't Billy's a manager, right?
He does a lot of commentary.
Okay.
And he does. I think he's in the front office kind of
For some reason, I thought he managed for a little while.
I don't. He may have, but he played a little baseball, of course, and but I believe he's more in the front office and a commentator. Clifford or J.B. Smoove, funny guy, very funny guy. Born on this Curb Your Enthusiasm. Born on this day, 1965. Clifford Robinson, center. I remember him with the Trailblazers. Actually died in 2020. Born on this day in 1966. Cliff Robinson.
Okay.
Always wore a headband, if I remember right.
Oh, that sounds right.
But, Trevor Immelman, born on this day, 1979. He won the Masters, I think in 2008-ish. I think that's right.
Okay.
Trevor Immelman, I believe he's from South Africa. And the host of the Auburn Blitz, born on this day.
Andy.
1975.
The legend.
Graham.
If you guys are ever wanting to know if you're in the presence of a legend, every day you tune it on and he's sitting there. There he is.
This is true.
He has probably forgotten more Auburn knowledge than most people will ever know.
Well, that unfortunately is there's some packed in there, but it seems to be leaking. I've sprung a leak.
It's leaking out
because I seem to be losing some of that information. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and thank you to Ty for the birthday wishes, and for all of you out there on Facebook.
And he will still accept cash. I think he said.
I will absolutely. Dinner, cash. We accept them. Large bills, small bills.
They all work the same.
That's true. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much for all the birthday wishes out there. We didn't quite finish the conversation. You said, what did you say you were going to say before we moved off of football?
Oh, about Marshall?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about bowl games and transfer portals and all that stuff, and I was trying to bring it up that Marshall
had to back out of a bowl.
Had lost 20 players when their coach, now supposedly this is how everything went down, their coach went from Marshall to Southern Miss.
Right.
Accepted that job. If anybody's seen him, he's famous on the internet for telling when he was at Marshall, their NIL package out there for people that wanted it was Buster's Biscuits or something like that. If you come to Marshall, you can eat all of them you want. Yeah.
Okay.
So he went to Southern Miss. When he goes, 20 of his guys said, hey, we're out of here. They entered the portal. That drops them into the 40s of players. And then Marshall just basically said, we don't have a coach. We got 40-something players. We're just not going to go play.
Unfortunately, that's modern-day college football.
Well, I think you'd still load it up and go play. I mean, you earned the right to be there. The other team wants you there.
Do they have a coach?
No.
I think somebody got hired at Marshall.
Surely there's an interim. I mean, everybody, we've had them, tons of them over the years, Cadillac Williams. Get your running backs coach and make him the head coach for a week, and it ain't going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
I mean, play the game.
I wonder how many of those 20 guys went to Southern Miss.
You know, the great histories that are out there, of all the movies in this world, and all the Marshalls come through, and you do this to Marshall.
Yeah.
What? I mean, come on, guys. Y'all got to play the ball game. That'll be my grievance for the day. Play the damn game.
Yeah. Well, apparently La Tech is going to fill in for them.
Yeah.
One of the 5 and 7 teams.
So that was a question I brought up to you off the air. If you are Hugh Freeze and they call you, do you go play?
I think finals are over, so everybody's gone. I would imagine they would probably not, although it would be good for Auburn to get those 15 practices.
Sure.
But
you turn it even now. Let's take out they're going on finals week and all that stuff. They'd be easy to make a phone call. And
if
get
I'd have gotten the call a week ago, yeah,
you'd have played it.
I'd have played it.
Okay,
sure. Now, I mean, Army's not exactly an ideal opponent, but nonetheless, I mean, Auburn played Army in 1996. And that was that the Independent? No, was that the Independence Bowl? Something I can't remember which bowl it was, but they played. Auburn had a big lead, and Army started throwing the ball and came back, and actually had a field goal in the air to tie it.
Well, that's Auburn being Auburn.
I mean, that is Auburn being Auburn for sure. That was the old Terry Bowden days. That was not good. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. CGM. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.